MohawkValleyLiving.com.
It's time for the Cooper Group's road trip to the village of Clinton. We're traveling in a new 2007 Kia Sorento, courtesy of Cooper Kia in Yorkville. Clinton, New York, in the town of Kirkland, was named for the first governor of New York, George Clinton. Home to Hamilton College, Clinton was known as Schooltown because of the number of private schools located in the village. During the 18th century, Clinton developed as a farming and mercantile center. Today, overlooking the village green is the Clinton Historical Society, located in the former Baptist church.
Moses Foote came here in March of 1787 from Plymouth, Connecticut with 7 other families and settled Clinton. And he lived until about 1810 rather, and he is buried in the old burying ground on Kirkland Ave. A contemporary of his was missionary Samuel Kirkland. He was missionary to the United Indians, previously to the Seneca Indians, and he was instrumental in founding the Hamilton Oneida Academy, which became in 1812 Hamilton College. Kirkland is buried at the cemetery at Hamilton College next to Indian Chief Shenandoah, who was one of his parishioners, or who was very fond of Kirkland, and his wish was to be buried next to him at the Hamilton College Cemetery. Clinton hematite iron ore was found by a farmer in 1797 over off Norton Ave. It grew into quite an industry in the 1800s, and the last mine closed in 1963. There at one time were 2 blast furnaces in the town of Kirkland, one in Franklin, one in Kirkland, and they used the hematite ore for pigmentation in paint until 1963. So we had mining for about 150 years here.
In addition to the iron ore business, world-famous Bristol Myers Company began in Clinton in 1887. On the lower level of the Historical Society, you will find a 19th century drugstore.
There are thousands of items here at the Clinton Historical Society, and there is also an authentic apothecary shop, and I was looking through it and came across this item here. It caught my attention and I wondered what it was, and then Dick Williams told me that it is a leech jar. Oh, yuck. This shop is probably what a Victorian drugstore looked like, and as a matter of fact, the Clinton Pharmaceutical Company was founded in Clinton, of course, but it was founded by the very famous Bristol Myers, who were 2 gentlemen who went to Hamilton College and then founded the Bristol Myers Company.
You can visit the Clinton Historical Society and pick up a walking tour guide Wednesdays from 1 to 3 and Saturdays from 11 to 2. Frank Tomeno will present a special program, Vanishing Landmarks of Central New York, this Thursday at 7:30 p.m.
If you walk along West Park Row, you'll find an old-fashioned establishment. It's the Clinton Shoe Center. You can come in here and you can buy shoes, or you can have your shoes repaired, because Jack Lane has been here for some 30 years. When it comes to shoes, Jack Lane is a jack of all trades because he is a shoemaker, he's a shoe peddler, he's a shoe repairman, and he is a shoe cobbler.
Well, I started learning it when I was in high school. When I stopped playing football and track, I went to work to Marcet Vonis. He taught me a trade. I went into service. Came back and there wasn't an awful lot of things to do, so I said, well, we'll learn the rest of it. And I started in January '71, the store up here in Clinton. I still enjoy it. I still meet in the public all day long. You meet a lot of different characters, and you're doing other things than just shoes. You're doing bags and luggage, so it's not just boring all day doing one thing.
If you have that old pair of shoes that you absolutely love and you can't part with them, bring them here. Jack will fix them for you, and then you will walk out with those shoes feeling like new. As you stroll along East Park Row, you'll find a building that is a work of art in itself. Fortunately for everyone in this community, the Kirkland Art Center purchased it and is still here. Go inside and you'll be treated to all kinds of art. As you walk into the Art Center, by the right over near the elevator, you will find this watercolor hanging, and it's by Howard Cheney. And it's Howard Cheney that we can thank, because Howard was the one who started the Art Center nearly 50 years ago.
Howard Cheney would be pleased to see that the Kirkland Art Center has remained committed to its mission. This fall's classes include pottery, watercolor painting, figure sculpture, jewelry making, and felt making. There are also adult fitness classes, including yoga, tai chi, qigong, and weight training. Looks like Richard is having a ball.
In 1960, a group of concerned citizens, including Howard Cheney, who was the art teacher at the high school, determined that maybe the town needed an art center. And so they formed a committee, and they opened their doors on the top floor of the Kirkland Town Library, and they renovated the space themselves, and it was a one-room, and they started out with film, classes, exhibition space, and all of those things continue today. That was 47 years ago. In 1965, they acquired the church. This was a former Methodist church. It's an 1842 church, and they converted this to the Kirkland Art Center. I first became involved with the Kirkland Art Center back in 1960. I took my first class here, actually at the library, when it first opened. I was one of the first classes that they offered I took as a child. And I went away, moved away after high school and came back, and I got involved by teaching here and being on their board of directors. And then this is my 9th year as director. So 8 years ago, they offered me the directorship, and I took it on. So this is like coming home.
Today you can attend the opening reception for Mi Casa, Tu Casa in the gallery from 3 to 5.